This
start.
conference will now be recorded.
So before we start, I would like you guys quickly to just introduce yourself. Just take 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. Your name and your total years of experience and what is your SAP expertise that currently that you are working on. Okay, and then along with that, see what I need is your name, then your total years of experience and which area of SAP like MMSD or any other areas. Plus along with that, why SAP EWM and why now. So these are the four things I will need to know to understand more, and then accordingly then we will discuss further. So your name, your total number of years of experience, your area of SAP or your expertise in SAP, which module, plus why EWM and why now. Okay, so let's start with Sandeep.
Like,
Yes, Sandeep.
I'm a MM consultant and having done 9 years of experience.
Okay, good. So why EWM, Sandeep?
Just I want to upgrade myself.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Thanks, Sandeep. So who goes next? Shravya. Shravya. Raju, if Raju is ready, Raju can go ahead.
Yeah, hi, this is Raju. I have 6 years of SAP SD experience. Just for a change, I want to. I mean, I've chosen SAP EWM.
Okay,
Because,
good.
from my circle, those are working in EWM. So even I'm bored with SAP SD now. So that's the reason I want to change and I want to update the S4.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Okay, Raju, thanks. Yes, Dependas.
Hi all, this is Devendas and I have total year of experiences with SAP MM and SAP Ariba. As well, due to rapid increase in SAP EWM and the demand of very high now in market, so I'm planning to move my domain. So that's
Okay, good. Good to know that you understand the market, Debe. That is a good point. That you doesn't matter what you do, you have to understand the market. Doesn't matter you are in SAP, non-SAP, business, shop, whatever. You have to understand the market. So that is a good point. Okay, Uttam. Okay,
Hello
Shravya,
everyone,
7
this
plus
is
years, MM and SD.
Uttam there.
Okay, thanks, Shravya. Yes, go ahead, Uttam. Sorry.
Yeah, I have total 10 year of experience in SAP MM and WM, and I want to do SAP EWM because EWM has more market value.
Okay, good. Yes, Uttam, that is right. Thanks. So who goes next? Sri Rangam, Srinivas Gore.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Okay.
Sriranga Gore. I am in the 15-year experience in SAP area, and I am working in the SAP MM and PP module, and I am working in automobiles company, leading automobile company in Pune. And I come to know the EWM will be have more adding the value to my knowledge as well as to work area where I am working. Maybe I contribute myself. So I am expecting to join the EWM.
Okay. Good. Thanks. Purnima.
Hello, this is Purna. I am having total 11 years of experience, and my SAP main modules are MM, WM, and as well as EWM also. I am also working on EWM from past 3 years. What I'm mainly looking now is I did not have any experience on EWM and especially as for HANA. So I'm looking what are the main differences between EWM and as for HANA with EWM. So that's the reason that I'm looking for the training on EWM and SFS. And I don't know whether it's the right one or not.
Okay, good. Okay, Purnima. So that is good to know that you already have some experience with EWM, and at least you will know the. So you are working currently in decentralized EWM ERP, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, thanks. Okay, so yeah, so good to know all of you. And yeah, so my name is Anup, and I have 16 years of experience. Uh, my major areas in SAP are supply chain management overall, supply chain, MMSD, logistic execution, WM, EWM, a little bit of transportation side. Okay. So I'm certified in EWM, and yeah, I have worked on around eight project I'm working on. So eight implementation projects, complete end-to-end projects, and yeah, I have
Hey Anup, I'm not audible. Hello.
Hello, Anup? Anup?
Maybe the network issue may be there, I think. Hello?
Yeah, he's got disconnected. He's got
Yeah.
disconnected.
Network issue may be there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's raining heavily in Bangalore. Give me a minute, guys. Yeah. Guys, he lost power. Just give me. It's just a minute, please.
with
This
other.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's start. First question: how many of you, or does have any of you seen a real-time warehouse? Have anyone got opportunity to go to the warehouse and seen it? If
Yes, Anup.
anyone, then Purnima has seen a warehouse. Great. Anybody else?
I have seen in our company where warehousing
Okay.
different types of techs are there.
Okay.
In vehicle
Good.
manufactured, they are arranged.
Okay, good. Let me share my screen. Okay. So, does any of you have any question regarding the agenda or overall topics that we are going to cover in this training? So, let me first quickly bring you on board with like 1 minute or 2 minutes. So, see, we will cover all of the major topics of SAP EWM, and this training is on SAP S/4HANA 1909, okay, which is the latest one as of today. So, we will have everything end to end. We will do the process discussions, we will have theoretical discussions, we will build the system during the training, and then I will execute the practical exercises in front of you during the training, and then I will expect and ask you guys to do the same as well. Okay, so question, answers, anytime, any topic we want to discuss related to EWM, we will discuss. And so we will have all of the inbound process, outbound process, internal process, and in internal process, like all this physical inventory, rearrangement, replenishment, and posting change and additional ad hoc warehouse tasks, etc. In inbound, we will have simple inbound, and then we will have slotting and rearrangement, and then we have this expected goods receipt process. And then on outbound side, we have simple outbound plus then the complex outbound. So complex will be in both of the process, where we will introduce the storage control concept in EWM. That will be the process oriented storage control and layout oriented storage control. So process oriented storage control in inbound process, process oriented storage control in outbound process. So we will cover those things, and then we will build. And then while we are working with process oriented storage control, we will set up the system for specific processes like value added services, quality inspection, deconsolidation, packing. All these steps we will have in our inbound and outbound process. Then on both of the processes, mean inbound and outbound, we will discuss and configure our strategies, put away strategy and stock removal strategies, how these strategies are designed in system, what are the standard available strategies in EWM for put away and picking. Plus then we will also set up our own warehouse structure. Okay, so we will have our own new warehouse, new storage type sections, bins and bin sortings, etc. Okay, and so then we will, on outbound side, we will have the advanced processes like wave management, picking optimization, and then we will have the yard management both on inbound and outbound process. We will have mobile data framework or radio frequency framework, which is for RF devices. That will be used for all of the processes, inbound, outbound, internal, etc. We will discuss the warehouse management monitor, processing framework. Then another advanced topic is cross-docking. Then we will also discuss about the production integration with EWM. And yeah, I think that covers almost everything. So on MFS side, we will have the overview. I will just explain it and show you and share some documents with you. But MFS is like we need some specific infrastructure for that. So our system is not yet ready for MFS, but I think maybe hopefully if by the end of our course, if we are able to manage those specific infrastructure in our system, then I can build that MFS part and I can demonstrate it to you guys. So other than or apart from MFS, we will cover everything. So now I hope you guys have done your R&D, at least you know what are the topics in EWM and all that. So if you have any question about any topic, whether that is covered in this training or not, you guys are free to ask.
So will you cover RFIDs also?
RFID is, we will not cover, we will cover the RF framework, radio frequency framework, mobile data entry. RFID is again, it's different, and we need to have a real kind of setup for that. It again involves or require the infrastructure, right? So you to test it, you really need those devices and RFIDs and all those tags. But RF, we can discuss if you want to have a session, we can have it, but we will not be able to test in the system.
Okay. You mean to say there is no specific settings for that, or I mean any
No,
configuration or?
settings are there. I can walk you through that. But what I'm saying is, in real,
Yeah, we
see,
can't.
yes,
I understood your point. We can't test it with the real devices, but at least we can have a session on how it works and what are
yes,
the
yes,
prerequisites to do
that we can
it.
have. That's generally in EWM training. Generally, we do not, means I do not cover that. But if you have a specific request for that, it's okay. We can discuss that and we can have a session for that. No problem. Anybody else have any specific area or some specific topic in mind?
So Anup, I am also actually did the certification in the EWM. I don't know whether I'm going on the right path because I just want to understand how the system works when it is not decentralized, like especially HANA. So how do you think or it is going to useful for me, or do I need to take a separate training where there is an upgrade from EWM, or is it a good thing to start like learn the EWM? Right now what you're showing for me.
Purnima, you are breaking up a little bit in between, but I think you are talking about S4 HANA EWM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So see, it is always good to upskill yourself, and it is always good to have the knowledge and functionalities and system understanding of the latest software, be it SAP or be it anything else. Just like you always like to keep your mobile phone, that okay, this is the latest phone I have, right? So same is with any of these softwares. And in, because since you guys are working in SAP, right? So you know that the future is in S4 HANA. So sooner or later, every client of yours will move to S4 HANA. So it is in their strategy, in their IT landscape, future plans. So it is their road ahead that they have to go with S4 HANA. So their ERP, they have to sooner or later migrate to S4 HANA. So when they are going with S4 HANA, EWM also will change, because S4 EWM currently in this, wherever you are working on, if it is decentralized with ERP, then it is a separate server and it requires a separate licensing from SAP. But with S4 HANA, when client mandatorily have to move on to S4 HANA, and then within S4 HANA, EWM come as an add-on. It is just like uh, inbuilt within S4 HANA. There is no additional, for basic version, there is no additional licensing cost for that. So the client will be targeting that. So the client means the business, the people that we support or we implement WM or EWM for, they will be focusing on that. So it is good and it is required that we all understand how does SAP S4 HANA works, what are the new things, how it is different than normal ERP system, and what are the new things, innovations, and all these Fiori apps in EWM, how the processes are changing with each years of or each version. So all those things we need to understand. So, and certification, if you are already certified, or if you are planning to go for a certification is, it does not matter which version or which release of EWM you are certified in. Once you are certified, it's more than enough for one module. You don't need to certify or recertify yourself with the latest version. All you have is just, you should have a certification that yes, I have cleared my certification and I'm EWM certified. So for me, I am certified with EWM 7.2. So 2013, 2014, I think I did. So if you are certified already, it's good. You don't have to go for the exam again, but yes, you have to understand the latest tools and technologies to keep yourself up or on the curve, and then you know that there is a competition in the market. So if you are already up to date with all of these innovations, and see with S4 HANA, there are a lot of opportunities on innovations, like then this AI, artificial intelligence, machine learnings, RPAs, robotic process automations, and all these things are already very well inbuilt, and it gives vast opportunities to organizations to innovate and uh, adopt and adhere to all this digital world these days. So that means you need to understand those things, and it will help you to, this training will help you to understand, and it will give you the confidence that yes, you are already, you have gone through the training and you understand what are the different things, how processes differs, and what are the new ways of working or executing your work in the warehouse for the people, in terms of when they are working in the current world and when they will move on to S4 HANA. Okay? Yeah. Anybody else?
As will be covering the labor management.
Labor management we will discuss, we will have a session, but we will not build it, because it is, according to me, honestly speaking, I'm not just saying because I will not do it, I'm not just saying for that. Spending time on labor management is, that time we can spend on any other topic where you will see that yes, this topic I need, topic of your choice. But labor management, nobody has implemented labor management so far. It is good to understand, good to learn, but yes, we will have a session. But if you want us to build in the system, I can build, but it will take extra time for us, and that time I have like it, the course will be somewhere around between 40 to 50 hours. Okay, that depends on overall participants, what kind of pace we follow, how fast or slow we goes. Okay, so
Yep.
we have an agenda, we will cover that, but if we are little fast, we are ahead of the schedule, then yeah, we can build any other topic which you guys want me to build, and I can demonstrate and I can show you the configurations and everything. But if time does not permit, maybe that one topic or one and a half topic or those last two topics, I will just walk you through the configurations, and I will walk you through the theoretical part, or I will explain it to you, I will give you business examples, but we might not have time to build and test in the system. So which anyway you can still do that, because I will give you the documents, and I will we will also have these recorded sessions, we will record all these sessions, so we will share those links with you. So then later on you can go through that, and when, if see, for example, in labor management everybody might not be interested, maybe one or two people. So if those one or two guys are interested to build and set up labor management, it is okay. So they can start, and I will support and help them, that if wherever they are getting stuck, you guys can call me and I will help you to get it done end to end. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks. Okay, so today only I was reading something and it is nice. So a warehouse is not just a building, right? So some of you or some of the people might think that warehouse is just a building. So it's not just a building. So when, like sometimes when you guys are driving on some highways, you have seen the big warehouses, right? Yes? If you have not really seen a warehouse, I'm sure you have seen warehouse when you are just driving by or passing through the road. You have seen some big warehouses, big buildings, and you will be wondering what happens inside there, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right. So first thing, let me put it in a very simple way. EWM or WM or any other SAP, non-SAP, doesn't matter what software, what brand, what organization software, when it comes to warehousing or a warehouse solution, you cannot understand it unless you can visualize it. You should have a movie, like a movie or a video or some clips in your head. Only then you can understand it. Like when we discuss a topic, you should be thinking about, we are talking about this inbound process, what is happening in the warehouse. You need to think that way, because see, MMSD, FI, and all other modules of SAP, you can you can design it any way you want, and you can also ask business or your client to adhere to those. Okay, like this is how everybody works, right? And this is how at this point of time, generally this BSX, WRX, and all these get posted at the time of GR. Everybody use 101 movement type, correct? You can say that and they will agree to that. But when it comes to EWM, when it comes to warehouse, any warehouse, doesn't matter what software solution you are using, when it comes to a warehouse, each warehouse is unique. First, you have to accept and believe that yes, each warehouse is unique. They have their own processes. And your job being a functional consultant or a solution architect is to understand their processes and map it in the system. So if you have seen one warehouse, it is good, because it will help you to visualize the processes when we are talking about a particular topic or a process. If you have not seen, it might go over your head. I'm not doubting on your capabilities. You might be able to understand everything, which is great. But it is also good, at least, like if you have not seen a warehouse, please see some videos on YouTube, like some warehouse operations, inbound process, outbound process. So when we are talking about a topic, you need to understand physically what is going on in the warehouse. You need to correlate it, or you need to link it with something in the warehouse. For example, inbound, when you are receiving material. So I will explain that. First, let me just show you this. So there are three main functions of a warehouse: inbound processing, storage and operations, and outbound processing. Okay, agree? These are the three main functions of any warehouse: inbound processing, storage and operations, and outbound processing. So it's clear, right? And you guys will be able to visualize things that we talk about. If you cannot, let me again, means I don't want you to currently focus on the PPT, what I'm sharing or showing on the screen, but I'm talking something else. This is very important for this training or for any other training, especially when it comes to warehousing solution. You guys should be able to connect things that what it's real time. Posting, if something goes wrong, you can correct it, right? You can correct it. You can again post the documents later on also. Nothing is going to happen. You can revert, you can again do that. But when it comes to warehouse, so the warehouse or EWM or WM go lives are always very complex and complicated. And why these are? Because the things that you are going to design in the system are based on your discussions with them, and they are doing physically those things that they are telling you to implement in the system. They are doing physically. So if you misunderstood something, or if something is not working as expected, the real-time process stops. Means they will not be able to move the pallets or the goods from one place to other place, or they will not be able to put it into the truck. For example, there are 100 people working in the warehouse, and they all are bringing, with the forklift, they are bringing pallets to load into the truck, and they are expected, or they are supposed to get the loading warehouse task in their RF devices, but it is not happening. If it is not happening, where they will go with those pallets? They will put it there in staging area near the door. and they will keep waiting and all this, then other people will go again and they will bring. So your staging area is full blocked and you are not able to load into the truck, because what your software or your system is supposed to do is same thing that they are physically doing or physically supposed to do. They will be able to do it only if you are able to map it correctly. So you need to understand the impact, because anything and everything that these people will do or are doing in the warehouse, that is what you need to map. And it is based on real time, real events, real activities, real tasks, real things going on in the warehouse. And that is what we're going to learn, and that is what we're going to do. And the reason I'm more emphasizing on that is it will be difficult to understand. For example, if we are talking about loading a pallet into a truck, if I'm talking about loading a pallet into the truck, I myself see in my mind or in my head only that I see, yeah, there is somebody with a forklift lifting a pallet and putting into the truck. You might understand, okay, loading a pallet into the truck, but if you cannot imagine it, if you cannot visualize it, then it will be a little bit challenging for you. Otherwise, everything will be great. If you can do that, it will be great, then I'll make it very easy. But if you cannot visualize it, then it will be challenge. And wherever you see that you are not able to connect with something real time, then you let me know, I will give you other example. But if you miss the connect, then that topic is gone. You will not be able to understand. So that's why I'm again and again saying that you guys should have some visualization going on in your head when we talk about a particular topic. And that way it is very easy to learn. The whole supply chain is like that, especially the execution part of the supply chain. Like you talk about transportation management, you talk about event management, you talk about EWM and all these areas. Okay, so that's a little bit on like how it will help, or what can help you to follow each topic and learn and have a better understanding of each of the topic for EWM. That's why I was telling that. So now, now I'm starting from this PPT. Depending on number, variety, and diversity of the products that you purchase, sell, or produce, you need different ways of storing these materials. When keeping only small numbers or products in stock, when you can overview one at a glance, you will not need a software supported system to keep track of your stock. But when storing, on the other hand, a large number of articles in different packaging and sizes, you will want to be able to find the right products in a short time. The basic functions of a warehouse are to provide solutions for receiving, storage, and shipping. So we receive material, we store in the warehouse, and we ship to the customers or to our other plants or other locations. These are the main functions. But these involve so many things in detail, and that is what we're going to learn. Okay, so we will have the incoming and outgoing materials, goods received, goods issue, procurement, and distribution processes along within that. So, but recently the warehouses are evolved to facilitate full-scale, high-volume and flow-through distribution operations, aiming to hold less inventory and still providing goods to customer much faster than earlier with more precise timing. Okay, so EWM was introduced in October 2006, and it is not a replacement for SAP WM. SAP WM is still there, but yeah, soon, very soon, SAP WM is going to be obsolete. So EWM offers you flexible automated support for processing various goods movements and for managing stock in your warehouse. Complex. So this complex word is for this one where we were talking about the products you purchase, sell, produce. You need different ways of storing these materials. There are different packaging, and then there are different size, different packaging, different size, different volume, different country of origin, So all those things that make a warehouse complex, like here, this one. So EWM is designed for execution of complex supply chain networks. It is recommended for warehouses or distribution centers with a high volume in number of articles or number of parts to be moved. Vast product, different size, weight, model year, serial number, country of origin, batch, valuation, complex cross-docking requirements and order fulfillment processes, and the outbound shipping logistics. So
Sir,
this is just, yes,
sir, one point. Just I'm
yes,
breaking you. Can I break you? Just 1
yes,
second.
yes, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned here batch, country of origin, then serial number and valuation. How the valuation
Yeah,
affecting the EWM? Can you just brief it? Valuation
yeah,
part?
this, yeah, correct. Okay, good point that you noted. So see, the real valuation that we are aware of, since most of us are from MM and SD, we know what is the valuation, right? So it is not that
MM
valuation which, see, the materials in
account.
EWM, yeah, it has nothing to do with accounting.
Yeah, that is my question. Okay.
Yes,
Then valuation point, how it will contribute in EWM?
yeah, see, it is like to maintain your characteristics. Just like you have valuation classes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just it is just a field to maintain some extra specific characteristics in EWM. So this valuation does not contain or is not used for the real valuation or accounting in EWM. That is one thing to answer your question. Then second is that EWM has nothing to do, which is more about, which is about money. Okay, EWM is all about the movement of your goods, of your materials from one place to other place, and how these materials should be received in the warehouse, how these should be shipped to the customer, what are the put away strategy, picking strategy. It's all about material. It is not about money or not about the accounting or anything. Material document, accounting document are still, as of today, wherever you are working, whichever system or module, material document and accounting documents are getting created in ERP today, and in future also these will be getting created in ERP or S4 HANA when you are working with S4 HANA. So S4 HANA will replace your ERP. So these material and accounting document will be always creating in ERP or S4 HANA. Okay. So this valuation is not that valuation that we are aware of. This is just a field that are available in EWM and we use to differentiate in the stock. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. You can continue.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay, good. Thanks. So yeah, quickly, we know earlier there was no WM, then they came up with lean WM, then they came up with warehouse management WM, then they came up with decentralized warehouse management, then they added some additional functionalities in WM like cross-docking, yard management, value added and TRM, etc. So this was called like ERP EWM. Then they came up with EWM. So this is just a brief about the journey SAP has so far when it comes to EWM. So people who are work, and then one more thing, guys. So sooner you do, better it will be for you. And what you need to do, or what I'm asking for you is that from you is that if you do not have little bit or high level processes understanding of WM, then I would expect before we go like get into really deep into EWM, so like we will have few sessions on overview and all these things. So before we get into system, so this like you have 1 week or 4 days or 5 days. If you have any of your friend who has worked on WM, try to spend some time with him or her and try to just have understanding of high level processes on WM side, because it will help you with terminology and it will help you with some of the process understanding. Because MM, then WM, then EWM, or SD, WM, EWM. So if you just purely are into MM and then you are getting into EWM, it's fine. It's not that you will not be able to understand, but initially you will have a little bit of challenge with the terminology. So what you need to just, or you search on Google or try to see the processes in WM, so you will just get familiar with the terminology. Okay, and then one thing I want to highlight is that during this EWM training, we will not focus, or we will not talk more about the material document, accounting document, movement type. Means anything on ERP side, we will not focus more on that. We will talk about EWM. We will focus on EWM side. Our focus will be on EWM. Okay, and like if any of you have, like I will show you how to create a purchase order, how to create a sales order, how to create inbound delivery, how to create outbound delivery. But we will, like I will not teach you, or we will not discuss in detail like when it is done during the MM course or MM training, what a purchase order, how many different type of purchase order, how purchase order is created, what happens after purchase order and all that. So we will not discuss that MM part, neither SD part. We will just discuss, okay, we need a document to create a purchase order, and then we create an inbound delivery with reference to purchase order. This delivery goes to EWM, and then we discuss in detail what happens in EWM. So our focus will be on EWM, not on ERP side. So I assume and believe that all of you are comfortable and you have a good amount of experience on MMSD and LE side. So you guys are familiar and comfortable creating purchase order, sales order, deliveries. I can show you, I will show you, but I will not be able to spend more time on these topics. If you need some additional help on any of these topics, then I would rather connect with you one-to-one instead of using that time or burning that time from others. So during the session, we will just cover what is agenda for that particular day. But if you have just a little bit of challenge on understanding the terminology or a process or something, you can then, after the discussion, we can just connect and we can set up that, okay, we will connect at that time. So I can give you extra 30 minutes to just to bring you up to speed with other participant. But the training will go, we will follow one pace, and it will go with that pace only. And that pace we will come to know within 4 or 5 days that, okay, based on that we will design and set up that pace, and we will go with that flow. Okay, does everybody agree to that?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so now this slide talks about WM. We are not talking about S4HANA as of now, so it will come in next couple of slides. So we are talking about WM in ERP. It's within same server, right? It's within same system. So we have different components or different application areas within ERP. We have inventory management, we have shipping, then we have warehouse management. And in WM, we are performing put away and picking with transfer orders. So if somebody has worked on WM, they know that, okay, transfer order is a document. So this is only just about to explain you that, okay, we have interim areas. These are goods received, goods issue areas. Then we have the storage bins for the storing, to store the materials, and we have some documents for put away and picking, which are called as transfer orders. There is transfer request also. And about these things, you guys already know. We have inventory management where we have MyGo, MB1B, MB1C. Then here in shipping, we have inbound, outbound deliveries like VL01N and VL31N, VL32N, VL33N, VL10A, B, C, something like that, and then VL060 and all those transactions related to delivery. Shipments is like VT01, VT02, VT03. Those are related to shipments. Okay, so this is in the current world where people have experience working with ERP EWM, and if their current landscape is ERP EWM. So this picture explains about how two systems are integrated and how data is transferred. So this is about data transfer between ERP and EWM. So there is two type of data. One is master data, this upper part till material master, plant, shipping point, customer, vendor, material master. So this is all master data. Master data is transferred from ERP to EWM with CIF core interface. This is APO core interface, and it was built for APO. And so the same interface or same tool technology was used by EWM also to transfer the master data from ERP to EWM. Then there is a transactional data. So the transactional data are deliveries, inbound delivery, outbound delivery, which are distributed to EWM using distribution model. Okay, this distribution model is created for the warehouse. This core interface is created here. There is something called integration model. CFM1, CFM2 are the transaction code for this. So we create that integration model and transfer the data through that integration model from one system to other system. Here this is one-time activity. Only during the configuration we set up this distribution model for our warehouse number, and then that take care every time whenever a delivery is created. Automatically it get distributed. So this is clear, or anybody have any question on this? Then one more point here is that master data is only unidirection from ERP to EWM only. Transactional data is bidirectional, both sides, from ERP to EWM, EWM to ERP. Now, any question? No question? Okay. Now, when we working with EWM during our training, we will work on S4 HANA. So what does that mean? S4 HANA 1909, we have embedded EWM within same system. That means we will have only one system. That means the master data, transactional data, and everything is within same system. That means we do not need this core interface. So we will not be sifting the materials. We will not do CFM1, CFM2. One new thing for people who already working with EWM decentralized along with the ERP. So that is one new thing that they will see, or the one common thing that I think they will already be aware by now. Okay, I'll move on next.
Can you repeat the same? Sorry, actually, I'm just.
Sorry?
Can you repeat the same one? I'm just.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, when you are working with ERP system, if your current landscape in your system or in your client system, if there is an ERP, then EWM, there are different deployment options, but generally most of them will always use decentralized with ERP. So when they are working or using decentralized EWM, that means the master data need to be transferred from ERP to EWM. But when we are working with S4 HANA system, EWM is inbuilt within S4 HANA. Just like we have in current world in ERP, we have WM inbuilt with ERP. Same system. So we will log in into one system only. In this setup, we will log in into two systems, ERP and EWM. In S4 HANA, we will log in into only one system, and we do not need to transfer the master data through core interface, because it is within same system and it is available already.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it means that will be a centralized one when you log in into S4.
No, that is not centralized. It is called as embedded.
Embedded. Okay.
Yeah, you can call it centralized also, but in the real SAP terminology, it's embedded.
Okay.
As for HANA with embedded EWM.
Got it.
Okay,
Thanks.
so this picture is just like a glance or just a top level view for a warehouse. So what are the different areas in the warehouse that you can think of is more or less it's there in this picture. So now just have a look at it. So see here you have doors in the warehouse. You will of course have doors where truck will come. These are for inbound, so that means the truck will bring here the goods and you will unload the goods from door to GR area. And from GR area, you will have some specific packing or repacking, and then you will put away that material into the fixed bin or into the high rack areas. So this 0010 and 0050 are two storage types which will be used for storing materials in this picture. 9010 staging area, 9020 is outbound staging area. 8010 is a work center for inbound process. 8020 is a work center for outbound process for packing. So these are all storage types. 8020, 9020, 8010, 9010. You don't have to remember the number, that's okay. But yeah, these are the storage types. And here also you have doors. Then here you have a yard. There is a separate yard here. This yard is for the truck movements, for the TUs, for transportation units. Now, looking at this picture, one more new thing that you need to understand, people, especially for who are working on WM. In WM, your staging area, your storage type, your storage section, your warehouse number, all these things are 3-character code, right? 3 alphanumeric or 3-digit code. But in EWM, that is 4-digit or 4-character code. It can be alphabet or alphanumeric or numeric only. Anything that is 3-character or 3-digit in EWM, in WM, in EWM it is 4. Then the bin number in in WM is 10-character, in EWM it's 18-character. Just few things I want to highlight. Okay, when you are working with decentralized WM, we are still talking about WM, you will have deliveries created here in ERP, inbound or outbound, will go through the interface from ERP to ERP. In this second ERP system, you only have WM. And the reason decentralized WM was used is because, see, WM is a logistic execution system, right? Execution happens and so many reports and execution. So when this execution is happening, warehouse operations are running, it causes performance issues to your main ERP system. And this main ERP system is where your finance, your accounting happens and gets updated. So you do not want this system to be slow because of any reason. So to avoid that performance issues, the SAP has given one option that, okay, you have a separate decentralized ERP system for your WM operations. For your operations, use this separate server. So this is called as decentralized WM. So again, same here, we have the transfer orders used for put away and picking. Now, this is decentralized EWM, which we were talking about. So, which I think Purnima is working on currently. So we have ERP system and we have EWM system. Again, there are two systems. So deliveries get created here, distributed to EWM, and then we have here. But one point you need to notice here is that put away and picking is done with warehouse task, not by transfer orders. So the transfer order document is now in EWM called as warehouse task. Now, when you are working with S4 HANA, okay, then there are no two systems, there is only one system. So everything is within one system. So what are the changes in that one means with S4 HANA, that I will explain one by one as we go further. Okay. But to understand S4 HANA, someone also should know what is the main ERP EWM. How does this main EWM system works, like the decentralized one? They should have idea that, okay, there are two systems and then everything is flowing through the deliveries from one system to other system. And we have warehouse tasks, we have goods receive area, goods issue area, and then your main storage areas. And then you also should understand about this picture, like, okay, we have two systems, master data through core interface, then transactional data through distribution model. So you need to understand those things. These are basic. So yeah. So before I talk about process, quickly 1 second. Process anyway we will discuss later. Yeah. So this picture talk about the system landscape. Okay. What are the possibilities to implement SAP EWM? What are the system landscape options? So whether you are working with ERP or you are working with on S4 HANA, these are the different options. What are those different options? SAP EWM on SCM server, that is first option, means option one. It's not that this is the best one, and it can depends on client to client, they can choose anything. So SCM server, EWM on SCM server, then SAP EWM standalone, then SAP EWM as an add-on to ERP. Add-on to ERP means with additional licensing, SAP will give a specific component for EWM, and that can be add-on to ERP itself, and they will have only one system for EWM and ERP. Very rarely used. Most frequently used in this landscape is this one, ERP EWM as a standalone. But if the client also have APO, transport management, event management, and other supply chain modules or applications in their use or in their landscape, then you can also use EWM along with same other applications on SCM server, because all those are the components or part of the supply chain management. So you can have EWM within supply chain management, or you can have a standalone EWM with ERP. In this case, both all of these options you will have to integrate it with your ERP system. With S4 HANA, you have S4 HANA system. With S4 HANA also you can have it on SCM server. With S4 HANA also you can have EWM as a standalone, as decentralized. Plus now from 1610 onwards, you can also have it as an embedded EWM with S4 HANA. And this is the landscape that we will be executing our training into. Okay, we have embedded EWM in S4 HANA 1909. So we will have one system only, and everything is in same system. Reporting, financial, accounting, EWM, execution, transport, everything is within same system as for HANA. Any question about landscape?
One small doubt, Anup,
Yes.
regarding on that SCM server and standalone server. What is the difference? Actually, main difference, because
Yeah,
SCM is also, yeah,
you are talking about these two, right? Either these two or these two, right?
yeah, upper two, yeah.
Yeah, so the difference is EWM is there in both of these options, but only difference is here there is only EWM, means you have a separate SCM server only for EWM application. Here you have same SCM server for EWM as well as other SCM applications like advanced planning and optimization, event management, transport management, global track and trace, GTT, and all other modules of SCM. Means here you have several applications of SCM along with or including EWM. Then it is called as an SCM server. Here it is server is, see, EWM is part of SCM server only. So it will always be SCM server, but depends only you are using one application as EWM only, then it will be called as standalone. But if you are using other applications of SCM also, then it will be called as, okay, it's an on SCM server.
Yeah, got it. It means the SCM is some different software. It like
Yes.
some people start also the Salesforce
Just like,
like this type.
yeah, just like
Okay.
ERP, you have MMSD, FI, and QMPP. Then you have WM, MM, right? All these modules are there. PS. So all these
Right.
modules are in ERP. Just like that in SC, you know that first we had this SAP ERP. First means like we had R2, R3, then ERP, then ECC, right?
Right.
So Then along with ERP ECC, we also had some new areas or new applications of SAP. For example, in ERP you have this production planning PP QM, but then in SCM they have advanced planning optimization, right, which is like latest version of PP. So then we also had the SRM, which is more advanced version of the procurement side, with some more innovations and some more functionalities, and with ease of a little bit ease of the work and life. So then on SD side we had CRM, then we had PLM, CRM, SCM. All these were launched in between somewhere, right? So those were the like new advanced applications or servers. So just like that, one of those is SCM server. So that means they have some applications within that server. So in SCM server, we are using EWM along with other applications, then it's on SCM server. If we are not using other applications, even though it's the same server but no other application, then it is considered as standalone. There will be, if any of you planning to go for the certification exam later on after the training, there will be one question 100% from this picture. Okay. Yeah. So I hope you all are aware about the organizational structure in ECC site. Like we have a client, company code, plant, storage locations, purchasing organizations, sales organizations, and all those things. So here we have plant, storage locations, connect with your ERP WM warehouse number, and that ERP warehouse number is mapped with EWM warehouse number. It is just for integration purpose. We will not use ERP WM warehouse in ECC or in S4HANA to do anything. We will not use it. We don't even need to copy this. We just need one entry without any control configuration, just simple name and entry. It will be connected with EWM system. So for integration, we need it, and we will set up later on, we will see. So I will come to this one after going through the next slide. Okay, so just one quick overview on S4HANA areas. What are the areas of S4HANA? We have asset management, human resources, sourcing and procurement, sales, supply chain, finance, manufacturing, R&D, services, country, region, specific functions. Okay, so these are the core areas, or these are the applications and areas of S4HANA core digital. Okay, and when we talk about EWM, we are part of supply chain management or supply chain. Then coming here, in S4HANA, so like we will have a plant, we will have a shipping point for that plant. Of course, we need it. We will have two different storage locations. We will set up in the system. Why two storage locations? I will explain it later on. This picture just right now, you just need to just have a look at it and try to have your questions later on. Then these two storage locations are mapped with the warehouse number in ERP. See here, this light blue color is S4HANA object. Dark blue or navy blue color is EWM specific objects. So these are the S4HANA objects. These dark blue or navy blue are the EWM specific objects. So we will have mapping of the warehouse with EWM warehouse. We will assign a supply chain unit, and we will have a business partner for the plant. So I hope you guys know that plant. You must have created a plant vendor, plant customer sometimes for your STO process, right? So you know that how to assign a plant to a vendor number or a customer number. And then because sometimes vendor behaves as a customer, sometimes the customer behaves as a vendor. So like you have vice versa, a plant will play both the role. Plant, when you are having transactions between two plants, one plant will play role as a vendor, other plant will play role as a customer. So you need to have the business partner assignment with those plants to do those processes or execute those processes. So what are these availability group stock types? These are specific to EWM that we will explain and learn later on when we go further in EWM. So EWM specific organizational structure, we have warehouse number, several storage types. Within one storage type, we will have several storage sections. Within one storage section, we will have several storage bins. Bin is the lowest physical entity or a physical area in the warehouse structure. Within the bin, there will be quants, and this quants is about the quantity. For example, you receive 100 quantity of material A today. You will put it into this bin. That will have a quant 1. Same material you receive tomorrow, another 100 quantity. That will have in the same bin quant number 2. So this quant is for to apply the put away and picking strategy. So system will know, for example, first in, first out. System will be able to get it with the GR date. You receive it today, you receive it tomorrow. So this one should go first. Any question, guys? I think we are. You guys are awake, right? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
You're not feeling
Yes.
sleepy? Okay, good.
No.
Any question on warehouse structure, organizational structure from EWM side? Okay, we will finish in next 5 to 7 more minutes, and then we will cover whatever is remaining. We will cover in our next session. Okay, so these are the benefits of EWM. I think this one we will cover from next, means in our next session. Let me come back now where we were. Yeah. Okay. So just a glance that you guys can have a look at it. This is the EWM inbound process. So it doesn't matter you are working in S4 HANA or you are working with ERP EWM, decentralized one. Okay, so you need to understand that, okay, there will be first a purchase order created in ERP. For that purchase order, we will create an inbound delivery. This inbound delivery will be distributed to EWM system, and in decentralized EWM with ERP, it will create an inbound delivery notification, and then it will create an inbound delivery. Okay, and this inbound delivery is the main document for us to use and to execute and monitor the process in EWM. Okay, this delivery number and this delivery number ID and IDN will have same number, because this is just a copy of this, but it's in EWM. When you are working with S4 HANA now with the latest version, this IDN is not there anymore. When you are working with S4 HANA, you will have a purchase order, inbound delivery, and here directly inbound delivery. This will be not available anymore. It's not applicable on S4 HANA latest version. Okay, so this is gone. We have directly inbound delivery here, and it creates an inbound delivery here, and this we use to post goods received and to create warehouse task and do all of the warehouse activities with reference with regards to this delivery, this document. This is for inbound. This is for outbound. We will have a sales order. We will have an outbound delivery for the sales
Sir,
order. Yes.
Can I disturb you? How the
Yes,
quality inspection is integrated with inbound? Because quality inspection is a part of ERP, na? How it will work in the EWM? Inspection type and characteristics of the inspection.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. See, there are two ways. One is that you use your QM module in ERP for the quality inspection. Other is you use quality inspection engine in EWM. So there is something called QIE within EWM. That means you can perform your quality inspection within EWM also. But if you need very exhaustive inspections, like you need to record the characteristics and results and all that, deep, very extensive quality processes you already have, then it is recommended you use your ERP QM only for the quality inspection. That means you can trigger, you can have the integration setup, you can trigger the inspection from EWM, and it creates the inspection lot here in ERP, and then once its usage decision is taken in ERP, it again communicates back to EWM, and then EWM take the follow-up step or follow-up action, like whether it can, based on the usage decision, it can be put away or it can be scrapped or returned back to vendor. So that we will learn more in detail when we have this quality management as a topic. Within S4HANA embedded EWM in 1909, we will more or less we will use the ERP QM for the quality inspection, and we will have the integration with EWM. So how that will be set up and done, so that we will learn during that session. But yes, it is considered and taken care within the system. Means it's there, it's part of the process. Okay, there are several options, so we'll explain in detail. But yes, so I heard you, and we will explain in detail when we have that topic for quality management. We sales order outbound delivery, that goes to EWM as outbound delivery request. This outbound delivery, this first document in this landscape is of no use, but it is just there. It is there to bring this data from here to here, and then from here it creates this outbound delivery order, which is EWM specific, and it have some determination which is EWM specific, like warehouse process type is determined from here to here. In between here there will be warehouse process type determined. Warehouse process type is just like movement type in ERP. In ERP we cannot do anything without movement type. In EWM we cannot do anything without warehouse process type, WPT. Okay, so we use this outbound delivery order to create our picking, warehouse task, packing. Then we post goods issue for this outbound delivery order. Once we post goods issue, system creates the outbound delivery, and this outbound delivery send message update to ERP to update this delivery with the material and accounting document. Any question? No question? Okay guys, so then rest of the things we will discuss tomorrow, because this is just an overview. And
Yeah, I have one question. Hello.
Yes.
So
Yes,
how
yes, go
to
ahead.
migrate from WM to EWM? What is the
Okay.
migration process from WM to EWM? How to migrate?
See, it depends. You are migrating to decentralized EWM, or you are migrating to EWM. Sorry, you are migrating to S4HANA. So there are specific migration cockpits or migration tools provided by SAP. So approach is same, simple, as you are aware or as you might have read it. So the process remains for any kind of module or areas, that how to migrate it. So it's same, like you will have the migration tools available. So the standard SAP gives itself, and within S4HANA there is migration cockpit. So you download the data, then you park it there, and then you compare it, you do the data cleansing and all that, and then you migrate it there, and you get even reports before migration. So its migration itself is one big topic. So if you want to have discussion on migration, we can plan some session in between somewhere. Okay. So there are particular migration cockpit tools provided by SAP in S4HANA, which doesn't matter which module you are talking about, it will help you to migrate anything and everything. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay guys, so then yeah, we are done for the day. So we'll discuss tomorrow. If you don't have any more questions, then yeah, you guys have a good night. And yeah, it's good to talk to you all. And you can have your questions ready for tomorrow also. If you later on, if you have something, you can ask tomorrow.
Tomorrow is in same time. Even this night.
Time and all that we can decide, we can discuss it. So you guys can discuss with Suresh, and you can think about the time. So
Yeah,
what time
sure.
you guys are thinking of?
Yeah, so most of them are in the morning.
Okay.
9 o'clock is okay.
9 o'clock in the morning or evening?
Evening,
So
evening.
That it's okay. I think it's a debatable topic. So I think you guys can have a discussion with Suresh. You finalize what time is comfortable. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
it's better if we have it in evening. But yeah, I'm open wherever you guys are agreeing among yourself, whether it's morning or evening. So you can discuss with Suresh, and then Suresh can finalize on that, and then we will connect accordingly.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, thanks Suresh. Thanks everyone. Bye. Have a good night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, bye.